Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Thursday, August 27th edition of Trending Politics Live. Guys, where are the weeks going? I mean, it felt like it was just Monday, and now it's Thursday. We're going to snap our fingers, and November 3rd is going to be here, everybody. I can't believe how fast this year is going by. Want to welcome everybody in. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's jump right into it. There's a lot to talk about, people. First and foremost, though, I want to ask you guys a question. A lot of you guys, several thousand, actually yesterday's podcast got over 120,000 views, and that is awesome. So clearly, maybe you guys like the content that I'm doing. So I have a question. Tonight, would you like me to do a live stream reaction hangout party with all of you guys right here? So I want to see you guys say yes or no in the comments below if you would like me to do a live stream of President Trump's speech so we can have him side by side, or I can have my screen be smaller and we can watch his speech and we can kind of react to it all together. Let me know if you guys would join me tonight. I believe it would be around 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. I could also look into maybe getting a guest to join me. All right, cool. Getting a lot of yeses. So I will probably then go ahead and do that tonight, you guys, 7 p.m. Pacific. Check back for the notifications. If you're here on Trending Politics, make sure that you follow the main Trending Politics page. If you're on YouTube, we are like 20 or 30 subscribers away from being at 7,000 subscribers. We were just at like 1,000 subscribers a couple months ago. So please, if you're on YouTube watching this, please go watch. Please go actually subscribe to us, because these are getting like tens of thousands of views on YouTube, but we only have like 6,900 fans. So please go do that. So guys, let's get right into it, you guys. The elephant in the room. Nancy Pelosi says officially that there should not be any debates. This is the first really big shoe to drop because there's been a lot of speculation, and now Nancy Pelosi has opened the door wide open. Here she is.
You asked about that. I myself, just don't tell anybody I told you this, especially don't tell Joe Biden. I don't think that there should be any debates. I do not think that the President of the United States has comported himself in a way that anybody should, and has any association with truth, evidence, data, and facts. I wouldn't legitimize a conversation with him, nor a debate in terms of the presidency of the United States. Now, I know that the Biden campaign thinks in a different way about.
So there you have it, folks. Right there, what Nancy Pelosi just did is she opened the door. She opened the door as Speaker of the House, staunch liberal, staunch Democrat. Hey, Joe, just to let you know, if you don't want to debate, that's okay. We are with you and we stand with you. This is what Nancy, so she just opened the door, and you would think that the Joe Biden campaign, if they were truly confident in their man, that Joe Biden would say, absolutely not, we're going to debate. This is an important part of the election process. But watch what he just says. This is a reaction. Not a lot of people have seen this. This is Joe Biden's reaction to Nancy Pelosi saying that the debates should be canceled. And watch who he wants to leave it up to. Check it out.
What do you think about that? Would you consider not debating the president?
No, I'm going to, as long as the commission continues down the straight and narrow as they have, I'm going to debate him. Now, I know for certain that they're going to, I'm going to be a fact checker on the floor while I'm debating him. In fact.
So did you hear that? As long as the election, or as long as the debate commission allows it, basically, is what Joe Biden was saying. So Nancy Pelosi opened the door. Joe Biden didn't crush it. Of course, for publicity standpoint and for public relations, he has to say, oh, absolutely, absolutely, I want to debate him. But did you hear what he said? As long as the debate commission says that it's okay. I don't know what's going to happen, people. I don't know if Joe Biden is actually going to debate President Donald J. Trump. What do you think? Do you think he will debate or no debate? So comment below. Let me know. I want to see either a yes or no. Yes, if you think debates are actually going to happen, or no, if you think that Joe Biden is going to sneak his way out of it. Because as his language is starting to suggest, there's not going to be a debate, people. And we all know why. Look, at last week, everyone said Joe Biden was the best ever. He gave a speech. He didn't stutter. Well, congratulations. First of all, we're still not even sure if that speech was even live because he was wearing a watch during this, he was not wearing a watch during the speech, and he had a watch on after the speech, directly after. His lapel pin was different. So, look, I don't even know about that. But furthermore, even if it was live, this guy practiced his speech probably 50 times that week. Of course, if you can read a 20-minute speech from a teleprompter, okay, great. That doesn't mean that you're qualified to be president of the United States of America. However, when there's 50 million people watching you and President Trump debate, can he keep it together? He's been seen on the campaign trail screaming at voters, calling them lion-faced dog pony soldiers or whatever. So honestly, guys, I really don't know if he has what it takes, if this is even going to happen. They have the perfect excuse for the coronavirus. Guys, even watching this interview of him, guys, he just doesn't look good. He looks sickly. He looks weak. I don't know what to say. President Trump is vibrant. He's out there. He's going. Biden doesn't look good, you guys. We cannot let him in office. We absolutely cannot let him in office, you guys. So let me know what you think below. If there is actually going to be debates, yes or no, because we really don't know what's going to end up happening. So the next thing I want to talk about is CNN. As you guys know, there was a man shot, and he has not passed away. He is in pretty bad condition right now, but after being shot by police officers in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now, this has given the left permission to basically say, hey, we're going to riot, we're going to loot, we're going to destroy the cities, and everybody just needs to go along with it, right? Well, as you guys know, the Democrats have been very slow, have been basically wanting to refuse to condemn the violence going on, to condemn the riots, the looting, the really tough protesting. Well, CNN and the liberal media have done the bidding of these violent rioters. They must have thought that, well, hey, if we don't call them out, then the moderate people aren't going to get mad at us. Well, guys, CNN just might put the Babylon Bee out of business. I want you to pay very close attention to what this headline says here on the screen. Take note of the scene behind the CNN reporter. It looks like a scene straight out of the pits of hell. And just look at the headline that they decided to use.
Christine and Laura, what you're seeing behind me is one of multiple locations that have been burning in Kenosha, Wisconsin over the course of the night. A second night since Jacob Blake was seen shot in the back 7 times.
Did you guys see that? Fiery, but mostly peaceful. Fiery, but mostly peaceful. They are doing everything they can to make these riots and these protests feel like they are peaceful. Can you believe that? I'm going to play for another few seconds.
By a police officer.
Fiery.
And what you are seeing now, these images
protest.
came and come in stark contrast.
Who writes this stuff? Who puts this up on who thinks that this is going to be a good idea? Because guess what? That screenshot has gone viral over Twitter over the last 12 hours or so. 12, 15 hours. It has gone viral. It makes the media look even worse than they already look on a day-to-day basis. It makes the American people trust the media way less than they already do right now. I don't know what else to say anymore, people. It's beyond parody. I don't even need to make jokes anymore, people. Like, there are so many jokes going viral on Twitter right now. The Titanic was a mostly dry voyage. Abraham Lincoln's night at the theater that night was mostly peaceful. You guys, they are doing everything they can to make these protests not seem bad. Why? Because they need to push their narrative. And if their narrative is disrupted by violence, then that means that their argument is going to be even weaker. That means their argument is going to be weaker, and it's absolutely disgusting, disturbing. Well, as I alluded to yesterday, it appears that the Joe Biden campaign has seen some pretty bad internal polling numbers, because you guys know for the last several months he hasn't called out violence at all. You're about to see him flat out lie about that by saying, oh, I've been calling out the violence. But no, last week during the DNC, they had every opportunity to call out these violent protests, and they didn't do it. But watch Joe Biden try to take credit and now suddenly say, I am all for protests, but the violence cannot be tolerated. So bear with me in watching Joe for the first 45 seconds before he gets to his ridiculous lies. But take the first 45 seconds of the video or so to take a look at his appearance. He's not okay, people. He's not okay to lead a country. So watch Joe Biden try to make the argument that now he's against violent protests.
What I saw in that video makes me sick. Once again, a black man, Jacob Blake, has been shot by the police in broad daylight with the whole world watching. You know, I spoke to Jacob's mom and dad, sister, and other members of the family just a little bit earlier, and I told them justice must and will be done. You know, our hearts are with his family, especially his children. It's horrible what they saw. Watching their father get shot. Like Gianna Floyd, they're asking why? Why daddy? Put yourself in the shoes of every black father and black mother.
He does not look good, people.
And ask, is this what we want America to be? Is this the country we should be? You know, as I said after George Floyd's murder, protesting brutality is a right and absolutely necessary. But burning down communities is not protest. It's needless violence. Violence that endangers lives. Violence
Too late, Joe.
Businesses and shutters businesses.
Too late.
Community. That's wrong. In the midst of this pain, the wisest words that I've heard spoken so far have come from Julia Jackson, Jacob's mother. She looked at the damage done in her community and she...
All right, we don't need to listen to this guy anymore. So he's clearly now just trying to overcompensate for several months. You guys, think about this. George Floyd, that whole incident happened in the last week of May, I believe, right? So he had all of June, all of July, and now it is August 27th. And this guy is barely calling out the violence. After 3 full months of not calling out violence, suddenly he wants to. I wonder why. I wonder why. Do you know why it is? It's because voters are starting to call into these shows and saying, guys, I'm a lifelong Democrat, but they're not calling out the violence. They're not calling out the violence. They don't even care about the violence. And so, you know, they could have used this messaging months ago, but now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Joe Biden said, because clearly he is just trying to make up for lost ground. Clearly, he's trying to overcompensate. Last night at the RNC, Mike Pence hit it right on the head. Check out what Mike Pence had to say about Joe Biden refusing to condemn the violence.
Fellow Americans, we're passing through a time of testing. But in the midst of this global pandemic, just as our nation had begun to recover, we've seen violence and chaos in the streets of our major cities. President Trump and I will always support the right of Americans to peaceful protest. But rioting and looting is not peaceful protest. Tearing down statues is not free speech. And those who do so will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Last week, Joe Biden didn't say one word about the violence and chaos engulfing cities across this country. So let me be clear. The violence must stop, whether in Minneapolis, Portland, or Kenosha.
Yes.
Too many heroes have died defending our freedom to see Americans strike each other down. We will have law and order on the streets of this country for every American of every race and creed and color.
Everybody, if you agree with what Mike Pence just said, I need you to see him. I need to see in big bold letters, and I'm watching the comments. Law and order. Whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Periscope, whether you are on Facebook, I need huge bold letters, law and order. We need law and order in our country because it's very, very clear that Kamala Harris and that Joe Biden do not want law and order, because the more chaos they see, the more emotion that they can generate in their voter base and the more votes that happens. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Wayne, Rich, Roy, Connie, Robert, Marilyn, Caroline, Rebecca, Barbie, Mike, Caroline, Echo, Allen. You guys are awesome. Law and order is what we need in this country. We need law and order. We need police on the streets. 80% of Black Americans disagree with defunding the police. You guys, there's another thing I wanted to talk about with that Joe Biden clip that I showed you. Did you guys notice how sickly he appeared? Did he seem like a man who has it all together? Did he seem like a man who is ready to negotiate with Putin, with China, to get on planes, to travel, to wheel and deal, to stand up for what's right in this world? Does he seem like that kind of a guy? He doesn't seem like that. You guys, honestly, as you guys know, President Trump is hitting his stride better than ever right now. He had a rocky couple months there in June and July, and then he's come out of it stronger than ever before. I am starting to believe that there's not only is Trump going to win the election, and I don't want any of you to take what I'm about to say for granted, okay? We all have to get out there and vote. But I'm starting to think that that's going to be a President Trump landslide in November. I think that we're going to look back on this election, and as you guys know, hindsight is 2020. We're going to look back on this election and go, why did we ever think Joe Biden could possibly win this election? I think we're going to look back at the videos of him stuttering and of him looking just depleted of energy, depleted of life. Jackie says he's blank-eyed and pale. He looks sick, physically sick. He doesn't look healthy, as Deb says here. He doesn't look healthy. He doesn't look energetic. I truly am starting to believe that we're going to look back on this election and say, why did we ever think that he had a remote chance in this election? Did you guys see the production quality of the RNC? Did you see the production quality of Mike Pence and the beautiful scenery and the crowd? You guys, this is in staunch comparison to the Democrat National Convention, you guys. I'm starting to think it's going to be a blowout, and honestly, I don't want to just do the touchdown celebration yet, you guys, but I got to be honest with you. I'm starting to think that Trump is going to win this thing by a landslide. Not just Biden is 77 years old. Somebody was asking, Olivia. He's 77 years old. Most voters don't believe he's going to make it through his first term if he were to win. What does that mean? It means a President Kamala Harris if Joe Biden wins. We cannot have that. That's another thing, you guys. No, Trump is 74. Biden is 77. So that is why, another reason I think we're going to be in landslide territory here, you guys. The numbers are very, very simple, okay? Joe Biden is 77 years old, number one. Number two, most voters don't believe he finishes his first term. Number three, Kamala Harris is the vice president candidate, meaning Kamala Harris would take over, yet she had to drop out of the election almost right away because she couldn't raise money, she couldn't raise support, she couldn't do anything in the polls. So what makes the Democrats think that she would excite voters if Joe Biden were to have to step down? These are the reasons, you guys, why I do believe that that President Trump is going to win this thing big, big, big. I believe that Minnesota is in play. I believe that he could sweep the Rust Belt again, win Florida, and guys, I don't know. I mean, potentially get maybe close to 400 electoral votes, and I'm not kidding you. So the next thing I want to show you is the proof that the RNC is just so well done, so well produced. Check out what this caller said on C-SPAN last night. She was a Hillary Clinton voter, and she has changed her mind. She is walking away from the Democrat Party. Check this out.
Jennifer is in Jackson Heights, New York, Democrats line. Jennifer, when you heard the vice president say the choice in this election is whether America remains America, what were your thoughts?
I think America needs to stay as America. I'm very upset with everything that's going on in this country, and I've been a registered Democrat for many years, and this is done. I'm ready. I need a change. I've been a New Yorker for over 20 years, and I am so tired of the crime here. I am tired of what's going on here. I think this whole speech tonight with everyone was just right on point. I'm just tired of being tired, and I think everybody in the United States feels the same way that I feel. We are tired of feeling tired.
Jennifer, who did you support in 2016?
In 2016, I supported Hillary Clinton.
And over the last 4 years, your views have changed?
My views have changed. I'm a single mom. I have a daughter in New York. She's 12 years old. She's going to be 13. I work very hard, and I have tried numerous times to just do the right thing by my daughter and do the right thing, with bringing her up. And I see what's going on here in New York, and I see what's going on in this country, and it's mind-blowing. I mean, my grandfather fought in World War II. He was a Marine. He did not see my mother for 5 years growing up as a child, and he is rolling in his grave right now.
So that is a powerful, powerful, powerful testimony right there of what the people, guys, I think there's a huge swell of people going over to Trump. Okay, guys? I don't believe that President Trump has lost a lot of support. I know he's lost a little bit. I know he's lost some people like Anthony Scaramucci and Omarosa and all that. But you guys, nothing Trump has done in the last 4 years is something that real voters are going to change their minds about. When you punched that ticket for President Trump in 2016, you knew what you were getting. Now, if this last 4 years would have been a dumpster fire, then okay. But our economy was going strong right before the China virus hit us. Everything was going well. Peace treaties, the embassy in Jerusalem, so many historic achievements, accomplishments, de-escalations of tensions with North Korea. Amazing things have happened. But you guys, the amount of people that are leaving the Democrat Party are just amazing. Black people, gay people, Hispanic people, people of all colors, everyone is starting to shift towards Trump. More and more voices are speaking out, and more people like this woman here. She supported Hillary, but she can't take it anymore. Also, everyone who has seen the liberal media lying over and over and over and over again over the last several years, you guys, they're getting sick of it. They're getting tired. And this is just another thing that I think is going to lead to a President Trump landslide in 2020. The second to last video I want to show you guys here is last night his name is I believe his name is Madison Cameron. He is a GOP candidate, and he is paralyzed from the waist down. Yet even he decided to stand for our country. So while LeBron James and entitled millionaire players feel so terrible about our country and they refuse to stand for the national anthem, for the Pledge of Allegiance, check out what this young man just did.
As we, the Party of Freedom, double down on ensuring the American dream for all people. We are committed to building a new town square. It welcomes all ideas and all people. Here we will have freedom of speech, not freedom from speech. To liberals, I say let's have a conversation. Be a true liberal. Listen to other ideas and let the best ones prevail. And to conservatives, I say let's define what we support and win the argument in areas like healthcare and on the environment. In this new town square, you don't have to apologize for your beliefs or cower to a mob. You can kneel before God, but stand for our flag. The American idea my ancestors fought for during the Revolutionary War is just as exciting and revolutionary today as it was 250 years ago. I say to Americans who love our country, young and old, be a radical for freedom. Be a radical for liberty. And be a radical for our republic, for which I stand. One nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and may God bless America.
All right, everyone give him a round of applause in the comments, everybody. Find that clapping emoji, everyone, because he didn't speak to an audience. So let's be his audience here. I want you guys go ahead and take a second to find those clapping emojis, and I want to see the comments spam with them. I'm watching all the comments here. That young man was very, very powerful. Madison Crawford. I'm sorry, you guys. I said Cameron. Sorry about that. Madison Crawford. Yes. So yeah, everybody, that was just an amazing speech there. He gave an amazing talk. Very, very unifying message. You know, he wasn't biting. He wasn't harsh. Very, very good speech from that man. And you know, again, he stands for our country. Takes pride in his country, and he's paralyzed. Yet LeBron James has hundreds of millions of dollars, yet he finds himself depressed in the United States of America. So that was absolutely incredible, and I love it. I see it all, you guys. Sandra, Cindy, Steve, Brad, John, Trish, Carol. They're coming in so fast, you guys. Hard for me to see them all, but it's awesome, you guys. Mickey, Deborah, Deb. All right, everyone. So the last thing I want to leave you off is with a little bit of fun here, okay? This tweet started going, it didn't go as viral as I thought it would go, but you guys, you got to give a shout out right here to Politizoid on Twitter, okay? I'm going to tag them right here. Go check out Politizoid on Twitter. They are the ones who just made this video that you're about to see, okay, everyone? This is the last few minutes of the show here, so stay tuned because you're going to want to see this. It's hilarious. It's a Lego version of a Trump rally, and it gets interrupted by Mr. Joe Biden. Check it out. I'm going to shrink myself here on the screen so that you guys can see this full screen, everyone. All right, check it out.
I stand before you today to declare the silent majority is stronger than ever before. Is there anything better than a Trump rally? What about a sleepy Joe Biden rally?
Wait. You're getting nervous, man.
Oh, no, not another one of these. Get out of here. Get out.
Come on, man. You lying dog-faced pony soldier.
He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's.
All right, you guys, that was amazing. So guys, if you want to check out that video again, go to Politizoid on Twitter. They are the ones who created that thing. I want to give them the biggest shout out in the world. That was hilarious. I hope that that put a smile on your guys' face. Marie, Patricia, Wayne, saw you guys see that. So, all right, everybody. So I'm gonna cut. 30-minute podcast. Okay, not too long today, guys. I'm gonna cut it a little bit short here because tonight I am going to be back. I'm gonna double check the time for President Trump's speech tonight. But you guys, tonight's the grand finale. The RNC has gone perfect, has gone flawless so far. So tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific, I believe it is, President Donald J. Trump is going to be speaking. You guys, this is the last convention that he will ever be able to speak at as President of the United States, as current sitting President of the United States, running for office, you guys. Tonight is going to be a historic night. I'm looking for President Trump to, yes, call out the left, but also to try to bring in more moderates, to be a little more unifying with his message. He's been spectacular lately over the last couple weeks. I'm looking for him to be a little bit more, to bring in people a little bit more together. I'm not saying to just, bow down or kowtow to anyone, but I'm going to need President Trump to just deliver, to preach law and order, to talk about the economy, to talk about Joe Biden's record, and also to be Trump. I don't want him to be two statesmen either. I want Trump to be Trump, but I do want him to ride this into November because he's got all the momentum, you guys. So tonight, 7:30, Gwyn says. All right, cool. So I'll probably be on about 10 to 15 minutes beforehand. 7:30. Okay, guys, sounds good. 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, you guys. I'm going to be on live. I'll probably jump on around 7:15 Pacific to chat with you guys for a little bit ahead of time, and also to get my technology set up so that I can stream Trump at the same time. Okay, you guys? So you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday. I will be back tonight to live stream President Trump's historic speech that's coming tonight. You guys all have an amazing rest of your Thursday. Rest up because tonight's going to be a lot of fun. I will see you guys tonight. Have a good one.